Yeah.
Welcome back, folks. Another edition of Rod's Projects. As life goes, there's always something that breaks around the house. So today, we're going to be replacing the flexible feed lines for the sink. Unfortunately, this morning, things started leaking all over the place. So I'm going to show you how to go through this. Hopefully it helps you out, step by step. And we're going to get that camera in this time so that this way everybody can see what's going on. So first thing we're going to do, slide over here, Bill. Let's take a peek in here. Give them an idea of what's happening. Now, as you can see, we have the garbage disposal. The garbage disposal is attached to the drain tubes, pipes that go out to the drain. In the back, this is the feed lines that go up to the sink. There's your shutoff valve, which I already turned off. There's two of them, one for the hot and one for the cold, which we cannot see at this point. But once we remove that garbage disposal, we'll get a better look at things. So what we're going to start with is removing that garbage disposal. We have to disconnect the drain, and before doing that, put a nice little bucket or pan underneath here to capture the water. You loosen up the connectors, and as you see, the water starts coming out, so we want to collect it as best possible. Nice.
Right.
Okay, so we removed the trap assembly. We've got all the water captured in our little pan, so we're just going to set this aside for now. And hopefully I won't hit it later on and cause a mess.
Oh.
Okay, in order to remove the garbage disposal, you have to take this adjuster ring or lock ring backwards, counterclockwise. Now what works very well is the Allen key they give you for the garbage disposal that goes in the bottom. In case it ever gets jammed, you move and clean your garbage disposal. Better than stick your hands in there. So if we put the Allen key in here, you little twist. The ring then is loose. And there's your garbage disposal dropping out of the way. No need to worry about taking the power off. We're not touching that. We're just going in the back to replace these lines. This is the culprit right here. The hot water line has a very small pinhole leak in it. If you turn it on, you'll see it. Can you see that? Okay. All right, so now you can see my valves that are shut off. The feeder tubes for the sink. This is the spray hose, so I'm going to pull the spray nozzle up down the sink. Give us a little bit more room. Let that lay there. We're going to start with disconnecting after we turn the hoses. Let's try this again. After turning the water supply off, we're going to disconnect the 3/8 compression fitting at each line. Okay, so after finding the right size wrench for the fittings, you simply want to loosen them up and get that tube off of the valve. Maybe I can turn it by hand. There we go. Way. Okay, as you can see in the mirror, where the tubes go up into the actual faucet, there's about a 7/8 inch nut on each one that holds the tube onto the faucet. So we need to disconnect those. Once I get those disconnected, then I go back with the replacement. But it's in a crazy place, and thank God they make a neat little tool for this, which helps with this endeavor. Technical difficulty. Stand by. There we go. Now we get the camera up in here so you folks can see what I'm talking about. Where are we at? Oh my goodness. Alright, so there's the line. Let's see if I can focus it on a little bit. You can see how the tube connects. Oops. Focus there. And try to loosen the nut up. Able to take her off. And there's your fitting. And this is what the line looks like. Big nut, flared end. So we're going to replace those with the newer steel ones. Okay, you can see I have the new lines attached to the faucet assembly, and just tighten them up with that spanner wrench so they're nice and tight. On the bottom here, I set them up at the actual shutoff valves, tighten them up securely, turn the water pressure on and checking for leaks. If there aren't any, everything's nice and dry. So that's complete. All I need to do at this point is reinstall the garbage disposal in the drain, and we're set up. So we'll put it all back together and see how we're rolling. Let's get this garbage disposal line back up. No, that looks pretty good. Okay. So tighten the ring up. Secure. Nice and tight. Garbage disposal's good. It's one of the reasons you have a flexible tube connected to the garbage disposal. You'll see in my drain, because the garbage disposal shakes a lot. That way it absorbs all that energy without transmitting to the joints and breaking things. When you line up the tubes, you want to gently screw them together. This way you know you're not stripping them. They don't require much. Hand tightening is really all it needs. So that one's snug. This one's snugger up. Alright, so we have the pipes attached, the trap reattached. Right now water flowing through it just to make sure there aren't any leaks. Everything's nice and dry. And again, as I explained earlier, when you're putting your trap back together, gently screw them together. If there's any resistance, you know you stripped it. Back it off and go back into it again. And it's just a matter of hand tightening. You do not need a wrench on those. Working fine. No leaks. Another job accomplished. Well, that's today's project. Any questions, please comment below. And tune in next week. We'll have fun in the kitchen, making omelets. Thanks for watching. See you later.